So what does the numerical constant b tell us about the graph of the line? So when we have this y equals mx plus b equation, oops, I don't think I have it here, but I'll write it out. When we have the y equals mx plus b, or mx and our plus b, the b tells us the vertical positioning. Okay. And another way we can describe this numerical constant b is we can say that it's where the graph crosses the y-axis, which we're going to call the y-intercept. Okay, and we call this the y-intercept. So this equation, it looks like I have the coloring backwards here, but the graphing form of this is what we call the graphing form or the slope-intercept form. Okay, so the y equals mx plus b, the m is our multiplier, and it tells us the slope of the equation. The b value is our constant value, and it tells us where we start, or the y-intercept, or the position of the graph when x is 0. So when the linear equation is in this form, we can use that slope and we can find the slope and y-intercept, which describes this line, and then we can use the slope and y-intercept to graph this. Okay, so if I look at this line here, I've got a y-intercept of plus 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know it starts when x is 0, y is 7. I can use my slope as my progression, so 1 over 2 down, 1 over 2 down, 1 over 2 down, and that gives me the progression of this line, or the slope. And I can then use those coordinates that I generated from the y-intercept and the slope to be able to graph that line. And I can see my slope very clearly here as -2, +1. I can check this by substituting in some x values. X is 0, y is 7. Yep, I've got that point there. I'll do this in a different color. Okay, so when x is 0, y is 7, I get that coordinate. Okay, I'm going to put in maybe when x is 4, y is going to be -1. Yeah, that seems to be on the line. Looks all good. Okay, so the points on this graph that I got from the y-intercept and the progression or the slope, they coincide with the x and y values that I would get on a table. So we can graph either with a table. We can always graph with a table, and that's always important to remember. So when we get stuck, we can always go back to the table. But we could also use the two characteristics, the position and slope, to also get the shape of that graph.